Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Vahenka, the founder and author of ChronicallySilly.com, and I'm coming to you to get our Sundays moving a bit as I'm having a slower start and in need of some serious spoonage this morning, although my spoon bank's running a little low. Rocking the Mets hat, big win in extra innings yesterday, and a little light sensitive, so keeping the light out of my eyes a bit, helping a lot. And I thought I'd vlog to see if it would help me get my day started a little bit easier, because I love coming to you guys and sharing some good laughs to get my day started. So for today, for some Sunday Fun Day action, we have a you have a chronic illness when list. And I'm sure you've seen versions of these done for just about anything and everything before. So here's a chronic illness one that I threw together in, the hopes of having some fun. So let's get started. You have a chronic illness when you have more doctors in your phone than you do friends and family combined. And I know every one of you can vouch for that between your specialists. I even have my rheumatologist emergency number on speed dial. So that's our number one, I would say. Moving down the list, you have a chronic illness when you're the only one who can go away on a tropical vacation and come back less tan or looking more pale than you did when you left. Why is that? Well, us loopies have to watch our photosensitivity. So, lucky for us, healthy skin is in, and the paler the better, although I always brush a little bronzer on my cheeks and see if I can hide my malar rash when it's out. You have a chronic illness when you're invited to the rheumatologist secretary retirement party because you're there so much you should be part of the office staff. I'm sure each one of you can relate. I know I walk in and they know me by name. They ask me how I'm doing. It's not a bad thing, especially when the staff is nice, but something that people that aren't chronically ill may not be able to relate to. You have a chronic illness when you were excited when Coppertone released their SPF 100 lotion. That's right. The higher the better, and the more outdoors we can be, especially during the hotter summer months. And I know you're all excited about that, as I was. You have a chronic illness when your doctor walks into the exam room and he asks you more questions about your disease than you ask him. How many times does that happen to you? Because sometimes I feel like I'm educating my doctor on things, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I think everyone should educate themselves on whatever condition they have. Knowledge is certainly power, and you definitely have to be your own best advocate, but nonetheless, definitely a little role reversal, pretty funny. You have a chronic illness when you have more side effects than symptoms. I can't even tell if I have symptoms of some of my diseases or side effects from the number of medications I take on any given day. It is so hard to decipher between them. You have a chronic illness when you know the infomercials by heart that play on loop between 2:30 and 5 a.m. in the morning because you're up watching them just about every night due to the insomnia, whether it's from your pain that's keeping you up and the painkiller's not working so well, or perhaps it's because you're on high doses of prednisone and you're wired and ready to go at 5 a.m. You have a chronic illness when the senior citizens at Costco or BJ's go whizzing past you with their shopping carts up and down the aisle. Just the other day I was out moving turtle speed, as we like to call it, but nonetheless I was out and moving, so a big day for me. And an elderly couple went blowing by me in Target, my mom and I. And you got to be able to laugh that off because that's pretty funny. They were probably 3 times my age, and they were cruising. They were booking with their shopping cart. You have a chronic illness when you helped the nurse at the rheumatologist's office through her last breakup. You're developing relationships with these people when you're there all the time, and they certainly should know who you are. You have a chronic illness when your friends come for you to medical advice because they think you speak fluent doctorese, as we like to call it, the language of the doctors. You know how they throw those big mumbo-jumbo words at you. I know a lot of my friends come to me seeking medical advice just because they know I've probably had every and any condition possible or, have read up on it in the past. So definitely a sign that you have a chronic illness. You have a chronic illness when you leave your house for an appointment but cannot remember which doctor or specialist it is with, or end up driving to the wrong office. Everyone who's done this before, raise your hand. Guilty. I have gone completely out of the way thinking I was going to one doctor when I was supposed to be going to another. Brain fog maybe, or just because we have so many doctors. It can get pretty confusing. You know you have a chronic illness when your doctor uses WebMD to look up your new symptoms because he's not sure what the hell's going on. Again, it's the same as when they look at you like you have 5 heads on your shoulders and 6 eyes on each of them. We get some odd symptoms, and sometimes they don't seem to make sense, and nothing really fits a mold, so you know you have a chronic illness. You know you have a chronic illness, and now this is my favorite because my family and I always joke about it, when you have made a reference to the show House when trying to explain your illness to someone. I can guarantee that just about anyone who's seen or has heard of the show House and knows what it's all about has tried to explain it when explaining their case of lupus. I mean, for a while, my family and I even joked, like, we need to get House in here. No one could figure out what was going on when I was in the process of being diagnosed. And they even have a joke on the show House that it's not lupus, even though they throw it out a lot of the times because it's known as the great imitator and mimics everything. And those are our You Know You Have a Chronic Illness when lists. I would love for you to add some comments on this vlog and, get creative, join in and throw some of your own. They're always a lot of fun, and I'd like to end this post with something called the Jolt of Java, which is something I do on my blog from time to time. It's supposed to be a little funny, inspirational dose to get your day started or your night finished off. So today's Jolt of Java. Laughter is the best medicine, unless of course you have a chronic illness. Then laughter and a handful of pills work best. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll be seeing you soon.